This is Mindfulness with Richard Clarke. Listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. There comes a time in life when you begin noticing how much energy has been spent trying to keep everyone else comfortable.
Hmm.
You may have spent decades saying yes out of duty, guilt, fear, conflict, or just habit. Many people reach later life emotionally exhausted without fully realizing why. The body slows down, energy becomes more precious, and the heart quietly asks for honesty. What if saying no is not selfish? What if healthy boundaries are a part of wisdom? Mindfulness helps you notice when agreement comes from genuine care and when it comes from fear or emotional pressure. Today, we explore the freedom of saying no. If this speaks to you, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share your reflections in the comments. Welcome. This is Richard Clarke, and today's session will be on the freedom of saying no, mindfulness, boundaries, and conserving emotional energy. Many people were taught to avoid disappointing others at almost any cost. You learn to say yes automatically, yes to requests, yes to obligations, yes to emotional demands. Over time, this can create a life filled with hidden resentment, fatigue, and inner tension. Mindfulness begins changing this pattern. When awareness deepens, you start noticing what happens inside you before you answer someone. You may feel tightening in the body. You may notice a hint of exhaustion. You may hear an inner voice quietly saying, I don't actually want to do this. Yet the conditioned mind quickly overrides that truth. It says they will be upset. It's selfish to refuse. I should be able to handle it. This creates suffering. The problem is not kindness itself. The problem is unconscious self-abandonment. Real kindness does not require emotional depletion. Genuine compassion includes yourself too. Life often brings a valuable realization. Your energy is limited and precious. Emotional energy matters just as much as physical energy. Every unnecessary obligation pulls attention away from presence, peace, creativity, and meaningful connection. Saying no mindfully is not aggression, it is clarity. You stop agreeing automatically and begin responding consciously. This doesn't mean becoming cold or withdrawn. It means learning the difference between love and compulsion. Many people confuse boundaries with rejection, yet healthy boundaries actually make love cleaner and more honest. When you always say yes against your deeper truth, resentment can build. Your outer behavior may appear kind, but inwardly there is contraction. Mindfulness helps you detect this contraction early. You can begin by asking simple questions. Do I truly have the energy for this? Am I acting from guilt or sincerity? What happens inside me when I imagine saying no? These questions can reveal inner conditioning. Many older adults carry lifelong habits of caretaking. They learn to stabilize families, solve emotional problems, and protect others from discomfort. Aging sometimes reveals how exhausting that role has been. The freedom of saying no allows space for something new, more rest, more inwardness, more authenticity, more peace. You begin protecting yourself from unnecessary strain. Quiet becomes valuable. Simplicity becomes valuable. Time becomes sacred. Mindfulness teaches that boundaries are not walls, they are forms of awareness. A healthy boundary says, I respect both your need and my own reality. There is dignity in honest limitation. You don't need to justify every no. You don't need to carry every emotional burden placed before you. Sometimes the wisest response is gentle refusal. Sometimes love says no peacefully. Sometimes wisdom rests instead of overextending. You may notice that when you stop compulsively pleasing others, relationships change. Some people may resist your boundaries. Others may respect you more deeply. More importantly, you begin respecting yourself. The deeper freedom is internal. You no longer feel trapped by automatic obligation. You become quieter inside, more truthful, more balanced. And from that balance, your yes becomes more real, more loving, and more alive. And now, a guided meditation. Feel your feet making contact with the floor. Slowly look around and notice a few shapes or colors nearby. Notice sensation in your body, perhaps warmth in the hands, softness around the eyes, or the steady movement of the breath. And now allow the eyes to close. Feel your breath. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Allow the body to settle naturally. Notice the simple experience of being here without needing to perform or respond to anyone. Bring to mind a recent situation where you agreed to something you did not fully want to do. Notice what happened inside your body in that moment. Was there tightening, pressure, fatigue? Simply observe without judgment. And now ask quietly inside, what am I afraid would happen if I said no? Allow any thoughts or feelings to arise naturally. Notice that fear, guilt, or obligation are experiences appearing in awareness. They are not your deepest identity. Bring attention back to the breath. Feel the support of the chair beneath you. And now silently repeat, my energy matters. It's all right to honor my limits. A peaceful no can be an act of wisdom. Rest quietly for a bit and notice whether the body softens even slightly when permission is given to be honest. Feel the spaciousness that comes when you stop carrying unnecessary burdens. Now gently deepen the breath, wiggle the fingers and toes, and open your eyes. And carry this quiet clarity with you into the rest of your day. As you move through your days, remember that boundaries are not barriers against love. Healthy boundaries protect the peace that allows love to remain genuine. Saying no with awareness can become an act of honesty, self-respect, and wisdom. You don't need to carry everything in order to be worthy or caring. Thank you for practicing along with me today. And Barley, how has your meditation been?
It's been pretty good. the best thing I do is, again, going to your past presentations, and I just scroll towards the part where it says we're going to start meditation, and then I do it.
Uh-huh.
And this terms of saying no, it was very good. It is hard to say no, though. There is a funny feeling about saying no. I must have been trained to say yes.
I think we all were. That's why
Okay.
this, uh, I thought it was an interesting subject.
Yeah, I know. All your subjects I can figure out, they're all relevant, very relevant.
Will I try to make them so? How's your meditation been, Tom?
Okay. Well, you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, it could be better. Activities and tasks have impinged upon the meditation time. So I think that's a good time to practice the no.
Yes,
Um,
indeed.
Especially since I now feel that I'm more engaged and more time constrained when I'm retired than I ever was when I worked, So
Yes.
that's this is a very good lesson for that, and it is exhausting, and
Yes.
there's no compensation for it, and just a lot of tiredness. So anyhow,
Uh-huh.
thank you for the topic. I think it's very relevant to my situation.
Well, very good. And, I've heard more than one person say that after their experience in retirement, they don't know how they ever had time to work.
You
Yeah,
know,
I may get another job, so I have some time off, to tell you the truth.
one thing is, though, you guys, the we depend a lot on volunteers.
Of course.
So you have to say yes sometimes, but just
Right.
so it's,
You also have to be willing to say no,
yes, yeah,
because uh, for me, I was doing many things for the tech team and stuff
yeah,
like this, and I felt like though that was uh, rewarding in a way, there is still, I wanted to, at this time in my life, have more focus on this spiritual practice and these kind of activities.
yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to come up with a little more money to hire more tech people, I think. We'll see.
Uh-huh. Anyway, now we have a video mastering the art of saying no without guilt.
Welcome back to the channel. Let's be real. Saying yes is easy. It's a people pleaser, a shortcut to avoiding conflict. But here's the kicker. Constantly saying yes can leave you feeling drained, resentful, and plain exhausted. Enter the magic of no. No is a powerful word. It's a boundary setter, a time protector, a sanity saver. Mastering the art of no is about reclaiming your time and energy, focusing on what truly matters to you. Think of it as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Saying no doesn't make you selfish or mean. It simply means you're prioritizing your well-being, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, are you ready to unlock the power of no and step into a life with less obligation and more freedom? Let's do this. Ever notice that pang of guilt when you even think about uttering the word no? You're not alone. Saying no can trigger a whole emotional roller coaster, often rooted in societal expectations and our upbringing. We're often conditioned to believe that saying yes is polite, helpful, and the right thing to do. On the flip side, saying no can feel like we're letting people down, being rude, or even risking rejection. It's like an internal battle between what we want and what we think we do. But here's the thing, your well-being matters. It's okay to prioritize your own needs and limits. Recognizing these ingrained guilt triggers is the first step to breaking free from their grip. Saying no doesn't have to be a confrontation. It's all about finding the right approach, one that's polite, firm, and respectful of both parties involved. Here are a few tried and true strategies. The direct approach. Sometimes, simple is best. Thank you for thinking of me, but I won't be able to make it. Clear, concise, and to the point. The time saver. I'm swamped with deadlines right now. This conveys your limited availability without going into excessive detail. The alternative offer. I can't help with that project, but I'd be happy to connect you with someone who might be a good fit. This shows willingness while still setting a boundary. Remember, you don't owe anyone an elaborate explanation. A simple no can suffice. Practice these strategies and you'll find that saying no becomes easier and less daunting over time. Imagine this. You decline a last-minute work request, freeing up your evening for a relaxing bath and a good book. Or, you politely refuse to organize another bake sale, saving yourself hours of stress and giving you time to pursue your passion for painting. These aren't just hypothetical scenarios, they're real-life examples of how saying no can lead to a more fulfilling and enjoyable life. When you prioritize your well-being, you open yourself up to new opportunities, reduced stress, and a greater sense of control over your own time. Mastering the art of saying no is a journey, not a destination. It takes practice, self-awareness, and a willingness to prioritize your own needs. But the rewards, a life filled with more joy, purpose, and freedom, are well worth the effort.
And now we'll spend a few minutes in meditation. Mindfulness is present moment attention. Paying attention on purpose to the present moment, non-judgmentally, fully receive whatever is experienced. Then let it go. All right. And we'll close with a chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. All right. It's good to meditate with you, and we'll see you next week. Have good meditations.